Welcome to Journey JavaFX. This is the season 1 episode 15, I think. In this episode, we are going to add event and some method to the list view. So then, whenever we click on one of the element or the child, then, that HTML editor will be auto-populated by the content from the corresponding subfolder dashboard.html file. Okay, this is the goal. I just take a quick walk outside. It's kind of the first snow for this year, and yeah, it's pretty beautiful. And I just want to fresh up my head. Doing this thing in a day is pretty crazy. I will not do this again. But the reason why I'm doing this is like my thinking is kind of online for this thing. If I do it another day, probably it's gonna cost even more time to pick up, to remember whatever I'm doing now, right? Okay, without talking, let's get into it. Yeah, episode 15. Dashboard is quite simple. Just add events to the list view, and then our goal is more like whenever we click on the thing, for example, like this, when I click on 14, I should see the 14 episode, the dashboard, right? When I click on 15, I should see something like this. So we are adding this function to our project, the season 1. All right, so for this one, we need to add something here. Yeah, let's say there should be one is the best. Where is it? Start. No. On mouse enter drag. Where is it? That's pretty weird. Oh, here. On mouse click. So it means we just click on it, and then we're gonna say list episode. I believe that's the name. Episodes on mouse clicked. All right, just double check the name, make sure it's all aligned. It's under code on the very top. Okay, list episodes on mouse click. All right, looks okay to me. So now I'm gonna do a save. Okay, go back to IntelliJ. Yeah, we're gonna keep using this test button for this purpose to get the thing we want. And for this one, we can simply erase it. So to get the file well populated, it's more like we need to find the file first, right? So then we need a path for that file. Make sense? So first we're gonna say string file path, and this one we're gonna extract it from the the selection of this list view. So to get it, we're gonna say list this select get the model, and then we get again the item, right? And then we to string. So to test it, let's s out p, replace the whole thing with the variable. Just make sure this one is working properly. Let's run it. What's going on? Main application. This is pretty weird. Enter event is not. Oh, yeah, my bad. I forgot to create this method. All right, now we have it. Would be good. Let's go up. This one. Okay, here's the one we want to test. Let's run again. That was unfortunate. Okay, so test it. It will throw some error because this one is null because I did select it. Perfectly fine. Test again. Yep, we get this folder name. That's cool. So I gonna copy paste this thing as a sample, right? So now we have this. So then we're gonna construct string, say file path is there. Okay, we can do this because we know our text file is always the dashboard.html name, right? So then we're gonna say string file path equals to plus equal to something like this, dashboard.html. Make sense? Okay, so let's try it again, making sure there's no mistake. Select it, test. Perfect. We get the same one. So now we have the confidence to step in. So then we need to read the file, right? Remember, we have the read file function right here, right? So then we're gonna create a string, say str HTML, right? Because we are reading in the HTML string text. This one is gonna be a read file, and we're passing in the file name, right? Which is this one. I put in here, and to populate it, it's quite simple. We gotta find that control HtmlEditor dot set text, right? And then we pass in whatever the text we retrieve from above. This line is no need. All right, so now looks fine. Let's kill it, run again. Okay, let's make a selection, assuming this is automatic part. What's going on now? The journey, whatever the file, no such file. Oh, all right, that's fine. We're gonna create the file because, oh, we don't have it there, right? Let me try another folder. HTML dashboard. All right, that was a mistake. We kind of actually, yeah, we don't even need to pass in that because we already automatically added to the end, right? So this part can be ignored. Even easier. All right, let's run again. So select it, test it. Perfect, it works. All right, for now we are going to copy paste this part. Very little stuff. Cut it, paste it to the bottom of this file. The new method we just created. All right. Yeah, the signature thing, we fix it, we save it, and then we just run it. So now it should do the same thing, right? But it's automatically. We are not, selected doing that, right? You see? Yeah, in episode 3 we don't have it. How about we put a track in here? It's more like, even if we don't mind it has some error like this because no file to load, just leave it there, right? But yeah, we're gonna do a test first. It's more like something like this. Say if files dot exists, right? Yeah, if exists, then we're gonna do something like this. Yep, I'm gonna copy paste this part, copied it out, equal to nothing, empty first, and then over here we're gonna set the value and then remove this line. And the file exists, Control P is asking for a path. All right, we gave you a path. dot get. We're gonna need this, and yeah, we're going to add something in, something like this, dashboard dot HTML, right? If this one exists, and say this. Otherwise, just you know, leave it there, or just load a empty thing into the editor, right? This one will make sense. So it's gonna eliminate all this kind of red. Run it. Click on it. Works okay. Second works okay because they have the same stuff. And then this, yeah, read it up. No other kind of you know, error messages. Now it looks cool. Before we end this session, I want to add one more thing. It's more like to the refresh button, right? Because sometimes, you know, we want to clear the whole UI after the refresh, right? And also set some text field to empty box, more like the new button, right? Let me show you here. It's just kind of something come up in my mind. It's more like this. I want to create a kind of episode 6, for example. Then when after I click new, the folder should be created, and also refresh this list, right? We want to see the new entry, right? And also we want set this part to empty, right? So then, yeah. So because to refresh this thing, the function is controlled by this. So we're gonna go to the refresh button, and to add a no, we're gonna go to the new button to add a refresh to the end of it. So in this way, we're gonna see the new entries on the list right after we knew it, right? So we're gonna do it right now. But now, even if I do the refresh, you can see it, but it's not the ideal way. All right, we're gonna close it. To do that, we're gonna say go to the new button. This is save button, and the refresh button. This is the new button, right? So it's more like right after we create a thing, we want to do that kind of cleanup, right? And refresh. So this one I'm gonna cheat again like this, just like last time. So I don't need to rewrite the whole thing. So this line will say adding a auto function to refresh list view right after new episode created, right? Makes sense. And also we want to set the text episode number part to empty, right? Because we created, we don't want to have it in the box anymore in case it's caused some confusion stuff. So auto add this, and then for this one I'm gonna say auto clean up the episode text field, right? Makes sense. It's just make the thing a little cleaner, right? And also we want to add, okay, let's do this for now. Don't put too much stuff in one shot. So here I'm gonna clean up the text. I hard code it. I keep the prompt there, but I don't want the hard coded stuff in there. Do a save. Let's run it. Okay, so now you see it's auto populated, right? When we create a say S1E15, for example, we knew it, it's getting created, and then refresh the thing, we got a cleanup, right? And also while we are creating this new episode, I also want my template to be inserted automatically, right? It's kind of I'm keep asking more and more, right? To do that, it's quite simple. We just need to utilize the template action, right? Because this system, yeah, instead of we click on it, we can just utilizing this. Again, we're gonna pass in a null, right? Because it's asking for a parameter, then we give it a parameter, even if it's null. And this one will auto insert template into no, this one doesn't make sense though. I don't want to do this because we are not selecting the latest episode on the list, right? So this one won't be make sense. All right, for now it's good enough. I'm pretty happy. I'm gonna save everything to the shared folder, so you guys will see the whole thing. All right, then yeah, wrapping up this episode. For the next one, I gotta think about it. And all right, thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you in the next one.